What is up, everybody? Thanks so much for tuning in today. We are going to learn how to set up your acoustic panels in your home studio and where to place them around your room so you can get better recordings and better mixes. If you're kind of clueless and you're building a home studio but you know you need acoustic panels, this video is for you. Before we jump in, I just want to let you know that I have a free soundproofing course below. If you're interested in taking that next level and building out a soundproof studio in your home or in your backyard, definitely check out that course. And if you want to go more in depth, take a deeper dive into how to build your own acoustic panels, go more in depth of why we hang them, where we hang them, then definitely check out my $7 course. It's only $7. I want to give this away as almost a free gift just so that you guys can get started with your home studio and take it to that next level. That is also down in the notes below. Thank you guys so much, and let's jump into how to actually hang your acoustic panels. In this lesson, I want to go a bit more in depth on ways to actually adhere the panels to your walls and go over some tricks in finding the perfect spot for your side panels in your reflection-free zone. For all of the GIK acoustic panels I bought, I have used monkey hooks, which you can get at any big box home improvement store. There is a link for the hooks below this video. I love these hooks because they put a small hole in your wall and don't require any tools. You simply push the hook through the wall until it catches and holds. Then, using the picture wire behind the acoustic panel, you can hang the panel directly to the hook. Getting all of your panels level can be a bit challenging using this method. I recommend choosing a bottom height for your panels so they all look level around the entire room. In my studio, I chose somewhere around 2 feet from the floor. You don't want the panels too high or too low. Ideally, your ears fall in the middle of the panel's height when you are sitting at your listening position. Make sure to measure the distance from the bottom of the panel to the point where the picture wire is taut. This will give you the distance from where your hook should go from the bottom of the floor. To do this, simply put a finger under the picture wire and pull it tight. Have a friend measure from the bottom of the panel to where your finger is holding taut. Now add 2 feet to that number and you have the height at which you should place your monkey hook. Make sure to measure how far you want the next panel from the previous panel by measuring the middle of one panel to the middle of the next panel. For the reflection-free zone, you don't want a gap between the panels, but in other parts of the room, a gap between panels that is constant can look nice and provide some more lively reflective surfaces. Remember, you don't really want to cover every inch of your walls with acoustic treatment. Retaining some of the live room sound will make your recordings sound better overall. There is a helpful trick for knowing where to place the acoustic panels on the side of your RFC. Sit in your listening position facing your speakers. Have a friend hold a large mirror along the wall on the side of one of your speakers. Start in the corner behind the speakers and slowly have your friend move the mirror along the wall until you see the front of the speaker reflected back in the mirror. Have your friend mark that spot on the edge of the mirror against the wall with a pencil. This is the first edge of where you need acoustic treatment. Have your friend move the mirror along the wall until you no longer see the front of your speakers from your listening position. This is the back edge of where you need acoustic panels. Usually 1 or 2 2-foot wide panels will cover this space on each side wall. Repeat the same method on the opposite side wall. Now you have marked where the sides of your RFC actually are. Hanging a cloud above your listening position can be a bit tricky. To do this, you will need some drywall anchors, 4 hooks for hanging plants indoors, and some picture wire that can hold the weight of your cloud divided by 4. Essentially, that is the load on each piece of wire. Measure the distance your listening position is from the front wall. Now measure the same distance on your ceiling and mark where the listening position is on your ceiling. This should be directly over your head. Now measure the distance from the center of your acoustic cloud to the edge and the distance from the middle of that edge to the corners. Mark all 4 corners on the ceiling with pencil. Next, drill a small hole into the ceiling. I like to use a small drill bit in case I hit a stud. If there isn't a stud, then use the drill bit recommended for your drywall anchors. Place your drywall anchors in the hole and use a hammer to push them in tight. Then screw your hooks in by hand. Next, tie 4 pieces of wire all the same length to a hook on each corner of your acoustic cloud. Create a loop on each end that will hook into the hooks into your ceiling. Place the wire loops over the hooks and you have hung your cloud. Use a level to double check it is level. If one side is too high or low, you may need to adjust the length of the wire on each side. Lastly, I want to offer a way to hang your diffusion panels. Now, GIK acoustic panels are light for the most part, so the monkey hooks work great. Diffusion panels tend to be heavier and require some more heavy-duty hardware. I use 2 angle brackets with 6 screws in each bracket to adhere the diffusion panels to my back wall. To hang these, you will need to do the same thing as the cloud and drill a small hole in your wall for each bracket hole, and then a larger hole if there isn't a stud. Then place a drywall anchor in the hole and screw the bracket into the wall. I use smaller wood screws to attach the bracket to the panel. Again, measure the distance from the floor to the height you want the bottom of your diffusion panel to be. This will be the height of your brackets. The bass traps I recommend can sit in the corners and don't need to be installed. However, if you build your own bass traps, you may need to install 2 hooks on either side of the corner to hold the bass traps in place. You can do this using picture wire and the same method we used to hang the cloud. Essentially, drill a hole on either side of the corner and place a ring hook in the wall. Then attach some picture wire to the top 2 corners of the bass trap panel. The bottom bass trap panel can simply sit on the floor and does not need to be attached to the wall. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. I hope it was helpful. I hope that now you feel confident that you can actually place your acoustic panels on your own studio walls and start making better mixes and recordings. Like I said, I have a free soundproofing course in the notes below here. Definitely check that out if you're ready to start soundproofing your home studio, or if you're just curious about how to do it. Also fair game. And then if you're interested in taking your acoustic panels to that next level, learn how to build your own, you're really interested in learning more in depth of why we hang them, where we hang them, and what they all do, and all the acoustic panels I recommend, then definitely check out my $7 course below in those notes. Until next time, new videos every single week. Thank you all so much for watching. Like it, subscribe if you're feeling it. I will see you next Monday. Bye.